I know I look crazy right now, guys, but trust me, if you're in the house printing up DTFs, protect your eyes, protect your lungs. Respirator, eye protection, air purifier, window open, along with a air purification system. All that. If you don't have all this on, I don't think you're doing it right. I'm sorry, but I said it before, I'll say it again. This stuff right here, very, very dangerous. The fumes that comes out of here is very, very dangerous. I don't even know if you guys can hear me right, but protect yourselves, all right? That's all I'm gonna say.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me today. I just wanted to make a quick video to give you guys some insight on some things to consider when hiring an employee for your business. Some things to think about, just some general things. Okay, so the first thing I want you guys to think about is when filling out an application or when considering yourself for a position, right? You always think, am I qualified for this specific position, right? And sometimes when you see listings for jobs, employers often have what's required for those specific jobs, right? Like what your skill set should be, whether or not you know this program or that program, and it all makes sense, right? But sometimes it might not make sense, right? Sometimes that person having experience for that specific position or to use, in this case, certain equipment and stuff, sometimes that might not be the best thing to look for, right? And here's some reasons why, all right? Say, for example, you have a DTG machine, for example, just whatever, just because that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Say, for example, you have a DTG machine. What's involved with DTG? Pre-treating, after you pre-treat, curing the shirts a certain way. Somebody that has experience using a DTG machine might be used to doing it a certain way or their way. And it might be more difficult to teach somebody, or better yet, to unteach somebody how to do it their way and to show them how you want it done for your specific business. It might be more difficult. It might be easier for you to just teach somebody how to do it from scratch who does not have any experience at all. It doesn't make sense when I say it, but it absolutely makes sense, and I promise you guys it does. All right, so that's one thing to consider. Whether or not the person has experience, whether or not you want somebody that has experience, or whether or not you don't want somebody that has experience. That is, you really have to think about that. All right, let's go into thing to consider number 2. All right. Sometimes, I guess this is not something to consider. This is just like something in general. Sometimes what you think you're looking for might not be what you're looking for or what's best for your business, but you don't know that until you hire somebody and figure it out, right? So what you are looking for or what you think that you want for your business might not be the best to help your business thrive, all right? So say, for example, you envision a certain type of atmosphere in your workplace, or you envision people working a certain way. What you have in your mind and what you want, how you want things to be, might not be what's best for the business to thrive, and might not be what's best for the business to grow. And you won't know that until you go ahead and jump in there and start hiring some folks and figuring it out. A lot of this boils down to figuring it out, right? And testing the waters. And it's always a good idea to spend money to test the waters and figure things out, rather than to do the alternative, which is not figuring it out, right? You have to figure things out. And the best way to figure things out is hands-on training, doing it yourself and learning what you want, what you don't want. Very, very valuable. What you think you want might not be what you want. What you think you want might not be what's best for your business. All right? And guys, I'm telling you all this because, it's just stuff that I've been learning along the way, and stuff that you should consider. All right? And this is a learning channel, and we're here to help each other grow. All right, number 3. let's just call this conflict of interest. We're going to call this conflict of interest because that's the only thing that comes to my mind. All right, so say, for example, you're a therapist. You're a therapist, right? And you have two sets of people. You got people that, okay, you're a therapist and you want to hire more therapists to work for your therapist firm, whatever. So there are two types of people that you're going to look at, right? Because therapist is something that I guess you got to be qualified for. You have to have a certain type of degree. So experiences or some type of experience or some type of qualification, rather, is a must. But should you hire somebody who has therapy experience and has that, or should you hire somebody who wants to open their own therapy firm like yours? All right, so I'm going to tell you guys what the problem could be. The problem could be if you hire somebody that wants to open their own therapy firm like yours, it could be a conflict of interest, right? And the person could potentially not be as eager to do the necessary things that it takes to make your business succeed, right? Whereas though the person that wants that specific job might, not in all cases, because this is all hypothetical, this is all case-by-case basis here. I'm just giving you guys some ideas of, the things that I've learned. Sometimes the person that wants the job and doesn't want what you have might be a better fit because they'll go above and beyond to prove themselves or to offer new ideas, new suggestions, and new things and new ways for your business to grow. Whereas though the person that wants to have their own therapy firm, right, or whatever you call a therapist building with a bunch of therapists in there, organization, whatever, that person might have ideas, right, while they're working with you or on the workplace, but they might not necessarily present those ideas to you or try out those ideas in your business, because why should they? They're trying to open their own therapy firm, so they might save those ideas or implement those ideas in their side business or something like that, right? So let me know your thoughts on those three things, right? All right, moving right along. Number 4, and this is something personal that I encourage you guys to think about. It's not a specific reason necessarily, it's just a mindset that I want you guys to consider having. And this is probably going to be the last one I give you guys. Think about your business as opposed to thinking about yourself. Try to change your mindset and train your mind to think about what's going to be best for the business versus what you feel is a good thing to do as a human, or the right thing to do. It's kind of like, it kind of intertwines with each other, and it's kind of a weird ask, right? But a business, in order to thrive, in order to grow for the better of the business and employees and stuff like that, in order for the whole infrastructure to work, you almost have to separate the humanity slightly from the business in order for it to thrive. Because you want to be nice, you want to create a nice atmosphere for everybody, you want to be considerate, you want to be, treat people with as much leniency as possible so they won't be stressed. But sometimes the human side of you can overtake the business itself and what the function of your employee is there to do, if that makes any sense. All right, so try to think of what's going to be best for your business every single time when you're considering somebody to hire. All right, think of what's going to be best for my business. Is this person going to be the best thing to help this business grow, to help this business thrive? And why? Why is that, right? Because it all boils down to, once again, what you think you want might not be what's best for your business. And there is no way to find out what that thing is unless you just go hire somebody and figure it out along the way, especially if you don't have any mentors or any person with experience in hiring people to give you advice. It's always a good idea to spend some money to figure it out rather than to not figure it out at all. All right, so just some things to think about, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And another thing, another piece of advice I can give you. When you are figuring this out, while you're figuring it out, when you have an idea or you're sure about whether or not this specific person that you brought on is right or wrong for your business, when you are sure about it, take action. Hire that person or fire that person. And most importantly, hire somebody else right away. Hire somebody else right away. Hire the right person. Find the right person. Hire that person right away. All right? Don't let there be a lax in employment. When growing your business, right, I really think that, you know how businesses have certain expenses? For example, rent, electric, heat, phone bill, stuff like that, necessary. I think that we should consider an employee or help to be a necessary, mandatory expense when thinking about expenses in our business. From the beginning, try to train yourself or try to set aside the cash from the beginning to have an employee and have that employee as a business expense. Because if you don't, then your business is never going to grow until you hire people. So that's why I'm encouraging you guys, you should have an employee as an expense and always plan for that. All right? And then when you figure out how to make that employee profitable, take that profit, figure out how to grow some more, and hire somebody else. The only way you're going to scale is bringing on more people to do more stuff, to fill more orders, to simplify the process so that you can move on to the next project. Just like having another embroidery machine. Having another embroidery machine shortens up the time, shortens up the workload, so you can move on to the next project. Just some things to consider, guys. Let me know what your thoughts in the comments down below. Just a quick video of some things that I think you guys should consider that I've learned along the way in this journey. All right? Let me know your thoughts. Talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?